Hey guys, welcome to Queen Airbender Tarot. Today we are going to do your 4th week of June collective reading. Now keep in mind it's a general reading, which means it cannot possibly apply to every single person that is watching. But if you would like a personal reading, all of the information will be pinned in the comment section below. In case you are new to the channel, welcome, come on in. And in case you're returning, thank you for joining me again today. And I hope that everyone is doing well. Now, usually if we have a full moon or a new moon on the same day as one of my already scheduled reading days, I will combine that energy, but I was definitely told to do 2 separate readings. So you have the collective reading for today, and then we will also have a new moon reading. So make sure you guys check that out. Also, in case you haven't seen it on any of my social media platforms, I am doing a discount reading sale for today's new moon. So again, if you would like to participate in that discounted price, the link is pinned in the comment section below. The sale wraps up midnight Central Standard Time. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right into this message, okay? Because I found the energy that it made me feel hopeful, and I hope that the messages that I pass along make you all feel hopeful as well, especially in such, as they love to say in the news, precedented times. It's so much going on. There's a lot of fear, there's a lot of confusion, a lot of anxiety going on in the world, but I feel like Spirit is wanting me to give you guys messages to be hopeful. You know, be hopeful, be fearless. And I know that sounds easier said than done, right? But they're saying like, it's going to be done. It's going to happen, okay? So when I was meditating over the energy for the reading today, the song that I got was Optimistic by the Sounds of Blackness. Now, this is a choir. This is a massive group of people singing. And what stood out to me was the name of the group, Sounds of Blackness. If you think about it, if something is pitch black, you can't see through it. And then the name is Sounds of Blackness. So it's like you have to hear your way through it. Now, hear me when I say this. Listen up. If you can't see your way through it, you have to hear the voice from the Most High. Whatever resonates with you spiritually, you have to listen to the guidance, because it's going to lead you in a direction that you need to go in. Also, going back to the part of the group name Blackness, when you think about blackness, it's like finally being able to see your way out of the darkness. You're at the end of your personal tunnel. For those of you who are attracted to this reading, they're letting you know, like, you are at the end of your tunnel. You know how they say there's light at the end of the tunnel. You got to get through that tunnel. But for them to say that you're getting ready to see that light, it's like you're coming out of a season of darkness. You're coming out of a season of, disparity, or feeling like you will never get out of a constant, repetitive, and I'm almost hearing system. Not cycle, but I'm hearing system. So someone feels like it's a system against you. Some of you all are fighting against some type of system or establishment. That could be a situation for some of you all as well. Put it where it applies. And then also the message that I heard, and I heard this literally right before I pressed the record button. I heard, when your head is inclined, the darkness cannot consume you. If you just like, so in the hook of the song, the part that I keep hearing repetitively, it says, you can win as long as you keep your head to the sky. If somebody tells you to keep your head high, they're saying keep hope, stay faithful. So that makes a lot of sense, the message that I heard when it said, when your head is inclined, the darkness cannot consume you. It's everyone goes through their cycles of heaviness and darkness, but if you have your head down, usually when you see somebody's head down, they're moping, they're sad, they don't see something to look forward to, or else they'll be looking up, right? They're saying as long as you keep your head inclined, the darkness cannot consume you. The depression cannot consume you. The negative thoughts cannot consume you. The fear of lack and loss and the fear of never being able to get out of a certain cycle cannot consume you, because you're looking forward to something more. If you're looking down, you don't see what's in front of you. If you look up and keep your head adjusted and inclined, you'll start to see things from a different perspective. So that's the message that I got for that as well. Also, like I said, in that group, you guys know I typically like to do the zodiac signs. And again, because it's such a huge group, because it's a choir, this could definitely apply. And I do feel like it does for every single sign, every single element, earth, air, fire, and water. You guys know how that goes. So the spirit animal that I got for us today was the cobra. And it's so crazy. You guys know I always see spirit animals, and I always pay attention to the environment and things like that I see the visioning. Like, is it dark? Do I see them in their natural habitat? Does it look like it's attacking someone? And I will say, When I seen the cobra, it was like it was lashing at me, like it was striking. And I knew it wasn't like I was under attack. I knew the message was the time to strike is now. Right now. It's time for you to jump into something. It's time for you to be fearless. It's time for you to be resilient. It's time for you to dominate in whatever field you're in. And it's time for you to dominate and take back your power. Cobras are very powerful. You already know if you get hit by a cobra, it's over. So I feel like it's over. All that fear, all that worry, all that concern, you may not feel like it right now, but it's like you're going to be at a place where you're going to be quite fearless and you're just going to go for it. And also a message that I got with the cobra is intimidating posture. You know how the cobra has the head and it kind of flares around the side. So for some of you all, you may have a stature, your natural physique, your natural build could be intimidating to people. And that resonates for someone very specific out there, because I heard for some of you all, people don't approach you, or you're not being hired, or you're not being looked at for a certain role or position because you have an intimidating posture. You have an intimidating frame. You have an intimidating energy. And for a lot of you all, if you don't know why you're being glossed over and looked over, it's something about your energy and what you exude, right? And is that BS to some degree, especially if it's something physical that you can't control because you're just built that way? Yeah, but also they're saying if you know that you have this monumental status or stature about yourself, you need to work on your energy. Because I know you all heard this saying before, like someone is a gentle giant, like they could be Paul Bunyan big, but their energy is so calm and so peaceful that they don't come off as intimidating. They don't come off as too much. So some of you all, they're telling you to work on your energy. Okay, be like the cobra, stealthy, smooth, quick-witted, but also, you know how the cobra, it can blend into its environment and it strikes right when it's ready to. So be mindful about how you carry yourself. Be mindful about how you approach things, because just like the cobra, some of you guys can be approaching certain situations that require grace and calmness. You may approach things very intensely, because even a cobra's energy is intense. So some of you all may have an intense energy and that needs to be worked on. I'm here right now to work on your heart chakra as well as your solar plexus chakra, okay? I'm getting the energy for a lot of you all as well. And additionally, before I get into the names and things like that, I heard no force in this world can stall your glow up if you do this. And I was immediately given the list of things that you need to do. Quite simple. Again, it may sound easier said than done, but Spirit is saying it's just that simple. A lot of us overthink things, okay? So it was 4 phrases that I heard. They said, use visualization tools to manifest. Visualize what it is that you want, okay? Strike now. Going back to that cobra, strike now. Don't wait. If the opportunity is available, it's because it's time for you to take that chance. Accept the help. A lot of people are very prideful. I have always been guilty of this very, very young, because I've always had to play an adult type role, even as a child, being an older sibling. So I didn't know how to take help and accept help. It felt weird to me. But I'm learning we are here to help each other. And so I have to accept help in certain areas that I don't have the skills in certain areas that I don't have the competency in. No one's perfect, so you have to accept help. They're saying I heard that's one of your main keys to success. That's going to help you and catapult you in the direction that you need to go in. And then last but not least, take the uncomfortable chance. Take chances. Something that you are fearful of doing, or you feel like you don't have the skill sets, you feel like you don't have it's somebody feels like they're lacking in something, either as far as credentials. Someone feels like they don't have credentials in a certain area. They're saying take the chance, because what is for you is for you. I tell people this all the time, even in personal readings. What is for you is for you. Now, I'm not saying if you only have an associate's degree to go out there and apply for a position where, it requires you to have an MD or something like that. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if you know that you have a certain skill set, you have a certain degree, or you have certain credentials, and you may not have every single thing in place that they're asking for, sometimes look at it like, do you have the history? Sometimes, and a lot of people don't know this, and I've said this before, sometimes you could be grandfathered into certain positions. I know they don't do that a lot anymore, but keep in mind, your story ain't like everybody else's story. If you've been drawn here today, your story ain't like everybody else's story. So why are you worried about what happened with this person and that person and what so-and-so said? If the opportunity has come to you and something has been made, you've been made aware of a certain opportunity, strike now. I say this all the time. The least that can happen, or the most that can happen, is they'll say no. And what did you lose? So just do it. Go for it, okay? So let's talk about street names. This could be street names, business names, first, middle, last name. We also have some numbers here as well. So I've seen the number 1137. Also, somebody can be turning 37 in November of this year. We have Kevin, Kel, Erica, Carrie, Patricia, Graham, Brim, Edwards, Whitlock, Allen, Melissa, Bridget, Graydon, Hill, Francis, Steele, Minneapolis, Howard University, Georgia, the number 30, and the number 10. So we have 3 numbers so far, 37, 30, and 10. Now, the 10th of the month has already passed up in June, so something very significant could be playing out on the 10th of July. Also, someone watching your birthday could be on the 10th. Something very significant could happen in regards to this message on the 30th of June. And then also going back to the 37, of course, we don't have 37 days in a week, but it's making me think about 3 plus 7 is 10. And we already had 10 as one of the numbers. So the 10th could be very significant for someone out there. Okay, very significant. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We will get the sun and we will get the moon and we will get clarifiers for the collective. Let's see what we get for you guys today for this particular collective reading. Bottom of the deck, you have the 9 of Wands. Absolutely. Oh my God. Is this not saying exactly what I said to y'all? Oh my God, this is so tripped out. So remember I said the part of the song that you watching me part this, right? Y'all know I love to call that out. I love it. I love the way Spirit gives me downloads before it even comes out. The part of the song that I was hearing was in a hook. And it says, you can win as long as you keep your head to the sky. He looks like he's losing the battle, but look where his head is. It's not at the sky now, is it? You can win as long as you keep your head to the sky. Someone feels defeated, and as soon as I said that, the time is 12:22. Somebody's birthday could be December 22nd. Somebody's birthday could be on the 12th or the 22nd of any month. 9, we are in a 9 universal year in 2005. So this year may have really put you through the ringer. You may have felt so defeated. You could definitely feel like that right now. And I do feel like that is the case for a lot of you all, because you were gravitated and you were drawn to this reading. So for a lot of you all, this is how you feel right here. But I want you to peep this. You don't even know. You got life in the bag. You don't see it yet. If you see you got a bag, a satchel right here, right? It's like, he ain't just carrying that bag for nothing. It's something in there. You got it. It's in the bag. It's already in the bag. You already got it. And I feel like for a lot of you all, because you've been so defeated in certain aspects of your life, you don't even realize it's like right by your side. You already have what's necessary. In other words, you already have the tools that's necessary to succeed. You already have what it takes. For some reason, I'm seeing something about, and I have to say this as a disclaimer because I'm not telling anyone to do anything specific, but I'm just telling you what I'm hearing as far as downloads. Some of you all need to get a credit building credit card. Because for some reason, I just visualized a credit card, but it was shiny. In my third eye, seeing it was shiny, like, in other words, to let me know it was like new. So somebody needs to get a credit building credit card. I am not telling you to go fuck up your credit. That's not what Queen Urban is saying. I'm saying I'm getting that somebody needs to get a credit building credit card because somehow it's going to help you advance. So this is, for me, I'm picking up somebody needs some credit so they could build a business, so they can establish some type of business, so that someone can get a new car, a new home. Without credit, you won't get any of that stuff. You hear what I'm saying? If you want to get a business loan, you don't have any proof that you can pay off debts. You don't have any proof that you can be responsible. So that stands out for me for someone else. And then also, I'm just looking at his armor here. It looks like that's steel, the legs, the arms. So it's like you've worked, you've put in a lot of hard work. Your legs, you have walked many miles to get to where you are. And you're wrapping up a cycle, because 9, again, in numerology, it's definitely associated with cycles ending and cycles, something transitioning, something wrapping up. Because now I'm seeing, like, how on if you see the background of somebody, a sitcom, or they're doing a show and they're going like this, okay, like, All right, wrap it up. Like, something is getting ready to be done. I'm seeing someone do like this, like, all right, let's wrap it up. And I also feel like they're saying for you all, something is getting ready to wrap up. And I feel like it's associated with hardship. So let's go ahead. You guys are going to have options. 7 of Cups, illusion, confusion, feeling scattered. Also, I was talking about the 10th. And like I said, the 10th is over for June, but I feel like July 10th could be very significant because you got the 7 here, Cups, Cancer season. Something very significant is definitely going to happen on July 10th for a lot of you all. Stop hiding your strengths. Stop being fearful. She's inside that home, which means she has access, but she has her hood and her cape on, which means she's kind of hiding or concealing something. Absolutely not. There is happiness, okay? There's light at the end of the tunnel. After every rainstorm, you get what? A rainbow. So there's something positive happening for a lot of you all here. There's something brand new that's definitely going to be starting in Cancer season for a lot of you all. And it's interesting because today is a new moon and you have all these moon phases here. And aces talk about something new happening. This new moon is happening in the time of Cancer season. So again, you have some new opportunities coming in, but you have to be fearful. Fearless, and I keep saying fearful, but there's no such thing as an accident. So somebody is very fearful of starting something new. Aces talk about new starts. And remember I was saying you can win as long as you keep your head to the sky. That eye is in the sky. So if you keep your eye on the prize, which is the sky, keep your head up, okay, you'll start to see things very clearly. You'll start to see it in a different light. That's absolutely what I'm getting. I keep wanting to say fearful. So somebody is definitely fearful of how things are going. This could be economically, this could be whatever, politics. I feel like politics has a lot of people. I can feel the anxiety around the world. A lot of people are very fearful. And they also mention in the Bible, you guys know I'm not religious, but I know that the Most High is real. And I believe in God. So I believe a lot of the things that are in the Bible. But there is a passage in the Bible where they talk about all the answers are in the sky. Look to the sky for your answers, and it's not, I'm paraphrasing it, but if you know, leave a comment in the, leave a message for those of you who know in the comment section below, because it may resonate or help somebody else out there. So we want the sun and we want the moon. They're very quickly the moon. Today on a new moon, that moon is popping up real quick. Look, did we just see this? That's what I'm saying, positive. And I said something about a home, y'all. Somebody needs to get that credit card. Somebody needs to build some type of credit so that they can get that home. Yep. Didn't I say, oh, this is crazy. I said with the 9 of Pentacles, I seen a credit card and it had like a shine to it. Look at that gleam right there. And this is a form of credit. Somebody, and this a page is something starting off. Somebody needs to get a credit building credit card. Also, always, you guys know pages are always my youth in tarot. Someone also, if you're doing, I'm getting like you need to be responsible or to help your adolescent learn responsibility as far as money management and things like that. If you have a credit card, you may want to add them to it. Now, for those of you, before you get in the comment section, say, oh, hell no, I don't trust my child to do this, blah, blah, blah. I have my children on my credit cards, okay? In fact, I actually got that for them so that they could build credit, so that they could be established, and it's a limit to how much they could spend. If they try to spend anything extra, I'm getting notified. I can shut that shit down. So look into features like that, because mostly every credit line has stuff like that. But they're also saying like, okay, yeah, so they're saying teach your children generational financial responsibility, financial literacy. And I'm also hearing like breaking the chains, because some of you all may come from a financially, how do I say this? I don't want to say incompetent, but you may feel like your parents or someone that raised you was not very competent financially, and so you always grew up seeing strife. You always grew up seeing struggle or hardship, or just making enough, just making do. For some of y'all, you want to change that narrative, and you will, absolutely, because even with this, I'm getting like sitting down talking about something with great importance so that there could be a positive outcome, okay? You have the moon here. And then you have the 10 of Cups. And I did say you definitely got some good stuff coming in for a lot of you all, and some swift, I'm hearing swift now, swift changes in Cancer season, because even here you have the crab coming to the surface. Like things surrounding your childhood is going to be coming to the surface. Also, even if you don't have children and that situation doesn't align with you, it could be that something is coming to the surface. The moon is associated with the past. Something from your past is coming to the surface, and Cancer season is making you realize a lot of the things that you've seen growing up has affected you now. And so when it comes to the surface, now you're able to see it clearly. You're able to see it clearly now so that you can make changes. Okay? Let's go ahead, yeah, and see, look, we stopped at the King Cup. So definitely something with abundance. Kings and queens are associated with abundance and status. Some of you guys are changing. I'm telling you, changing the narrative. You are about to break generational curses. You are about to start a new, I'm hearing something about inheritance. Or you will be able to establish something where your children, grandchildren will be able to inherit property or better lifestyle choices. That's so important. People sleep on it, you know. So we want the sun. Card that comes before, card that comes after for the collective. I'm hearing the song again. You can win as long as you keep your head to the sky. In other words, don't give up. That's all. That's it and that's all. So you have the Three of Pentacles, working, building, establishing something together. Pentacle, Pentacle. Hello. You got to work with people. You know what this is making me think about? He's there alone, putting in all that work by himself. But if you notice this very last card, they're working together. She has the thread that she's using to sew with. They're saying, like, don't fear. Like I mentioned earlier, the 4 things that they said, no force in this world can stall your glow up if you do this. And one of the things that you needed to do was to accept help. He's so focused on doing it by himself because he's very proud. This, like what I was mentioning earlier, a lot of people, that could be ego. A lot of people are like, I can only rely on myself. We're not talking about friends. We're not talking about family. Some of your biggest supporters are strangers. You get what I'm saying? Like people who work in foundations and things like that. That loan officer that you've never met before and you don't know nothing about them. You need to let people help you. Counselors, therapists, things of that nature. Let them help you. Yeah, it's fine and well to not have to rely on anybody. But if the help is there, allow it. You don't have to do everything alone. A lot of people think that, you know, they think one-track minded about it, but they're saying you don't have to do everything alone. Help is available. Because again, this is about working, building, establishing something together. And if you think about it, 3 is a number associated with working with others. It really is. That's when I think about the number 3, I automatically think about the Holy Trinity. You, the Most High, you know what I mean? Like there's a connection between you, the Most High Spirit, all that. You got to work in tandem. You got the sun. You got the world, travel, distance, for a movement, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio energy, major arcana, definitely look at that. Get your hands open, get ready for the blessings. You got the Ace of Cups, now you have the Ace of Wands. For some of you all, you will see something very significant play out in Leo season. You got Leo, Leo, Leo. Leo season is July. We did have a 7 of Cups, so leaving Cancer season in July, you can go into some blessings. Your whole world will be going in a completely different direction. I feel like for a lot of y'all, it's definitely going to be Cancerian season where the blessings start trickling in. But I feel like your life will be going in a completely different direction by Leo season. Most definitely. Because this is like receiving and accepting. Being offered and accepting some blessings. Most definitely. And it's interesting because, again, remember I was saying as long as you keep your head to the sky, that hand is in the sky. Let's get a clarifier. We're going to start off with the moon energy, and then we'll go ahead into the sun for the collective reading. Just moving it over so you guys can see. So you have the 7 of Pentacles, not moving forward, not moving backwards. Didn't I say energy of stagnancy? There's an energy of stagnancy. Somebody feels like I put so much work into it and look what happened. Everything is like withering. Everything is falling apart, but you're not even noticing it's like a blessing right at your foot. That makes me think about the 9 of Wands that we seen. He had a satchel, a bag right on his hip. In other words, like you already got it in the bag and it's like right at somebody's foot, but you don't realize it. And is it not interesting how we're starting off with all these pentacles? You know, you got the Page of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. Someone has been going through some hardships for the last 7 days, 7 weeks, hell, 7 months. Someone is ending a 7-year cycle. You know, 7 is also a number of luck. So someone has been feeling like they've been experiencing bad luck for the last 7 years. But situations are healing for you. Star card, wish fulfillment and healing. The star is also associated with leading us to our destiny. Major arcana, definite. Aquarius energy. I'm telling you, it's fated and destined. The stars are aligning. You see how these stars are aligned? The stars are aligning to help you navigate a situation in your life. So let's get a clarifier for the Page of Pentacles as well as the 10 of Pentacles associated with the moon. Okay, let's see. Bottom of the deck. So you have the major arcana, the Empress, Taurus, also Libra energy. Also, because we start off with all this earthy energy, this could be Taurus, this could be Taurus, and you definitely have Taurus here. Some of you all may have been having a very difficult time since Taurus season, April, May time frame. You may have been going through some type of struggles, especially financially. You may not have felt very grounded, because Pentacles is about grounded energy also, okay? What I do like is that you have her sitting on her throne. And remember, we just had the star card, and her crown is made of stars. So getting downloads, I feel like a lot of you guys will be getting spiritual downloads. And remember, I was saying, as long as you keep your head to the sky, her head isn't up, like looking up at the sky, but her head isn't down like how the Nine of Wands was either. It's like she's confident, she's certain, she's sure. And I said also earlier, a lot of you all, this is crazy. I said a lot of you all need to work on your heart chakra and your solar plexus. You have a heart right here, and it's of stone. Someone's heart has turned cold because of what they've been experiencing in life. And then also the solar plexus chakra is yellow, and the sky in the background is purely yellow. So this is just a confirmation. Work on your solar plexus, work on your heart chakra, because the heart is up under her, which means somebody is not following their heart. Somebody's not listening to their heart, pushing it to the side, because the heart is at the side of her, right? So let's see. Yeah, Three of Pentacles here. And I'm glad I parted that. You got in reverse this time. Somebody will not accept help. Didn't I tell you he's here alone, but here you got a group of people who can work something out together. You get what I'm saying? You need to accept help. And that was one of the messages in the beginning that Spirit shared. Wow. 3, 3, and she's a 3. So you may start seeing angel number 333. Getting that also. Got some cards I want to flip. So you got the Chariot. Major Arcana Chariot, Cancerian energy in reverse. Somebody's fearful of moving forward. Somebody's fearful of moving away from everything that they've known. Somebody out there wants to move to a different state, different city, but they're scared. Because he's not going towards the castle, he's going away from it. Someone's scared to do that. Someone is scared to step outside of their norms. Somebody is scared of... there's just fear. And that's why I kept picking up fearful in the beginning. I kept saying, instead of fearless, fearful, or fear. You know, I kept getting that. Somebody is scared of change. I'm going to say this because you got a lot of Pentacle energy that wants to start, you know, the initial beginnings of the reading. Pentacle energy could be very much associated with fixed energy. And if your energy is fixed, you could be very stuck in your ways. And that's not to bash, but it's just like, if you're stuck in your ways, you are less likely to venture out, because that Chariot is going to help you venture. That's your divine vehicle. That helps you move and go in a completely different direction. In reverse, you're not going anywhere. Some of you all, even if you're not a earth sign, specifically Taurus, because you do have Taurus here, you may have, like, if your sun sign is in Taurus, you may have strong Taurus placements in your chart. Moon, rising, Venus, North Node. Also, somebody's Mars, your planet of action. Mars is the planet of action, planet of war, could be in Taurus. So Taurus is also known for being stubborn. So you can be very stubborn. Like, you know that it's time for you to go in a different direction, but you could be quite stubborn right now. You may not see it as stubbornness, but Spirit is aligning you with that knowledge, like you're being stubborn. We're trying to lead you. You're not going. I keep hearing someone say, I've always did it by myself, so I'm going to continue to do it by myself. And I'm going to tell you that's what's making you lose in life, or have the feeling that you're losing in life. So let's get the clarifier from the Page of Pentacles, Universal Energies. Okay. Told you. For a lot of y'all, I'm going to move this to the back. Something is definitely going to start in Cancer season, and you can have a victory. Okay. She got her crown. There's a crown right on the tip of that sword. The Ace of Swords is truth, clarity, knowledge, wisdom, victory. This is someone taking a hold of everything. You're starting off with a page and upgrading to a queen, and she's going right in the direction of the page. So it's like, once you realize, and I'm accepting. Okay, I'm getting a couple messages with this. Okay, so realization. Wow, you got a King of Pentacles here, and then that 10 of Cups again, look. And then you got the Ace of Wands again, which we already seen. Then you got this damn 10 of Pentacles. Please, I'm trying to tell y'all. Okay, so let's get back into this. Once you realize, because the swords, Ace of Swords, about realizations. Once you realize how powerful you are, then you start to acknowledge. There's an acknowledgement. There's an acknowledgement that you have to move forward with something. And I'm also getting what you think about yourself has been keeping you stuck also. And then it's the action. In order for this sword to be of use, in order for this sword to have purpose, you have to wield it. That's why that hand is holding it. It requires your action for it to be a thing, for it to even matter. Otherwise, the sword will just be sitting there. It will have no purpose. It requires for you to execute something. So you have to be in tune with that. And once you acknowledge it, then you'll have control. You see how she's holding that cup? She has control. I do feel like something is being offered to you all in Cancer season. That's one of the first messages. The second, like I said, the way she's facing this page, I'm going to say again, for some of y'all, you have to put your children on. Kings and queens, they pass down a legacy. They pass down a dynasty. They build a dynasty, right? She's facing that child. Male or female, if you're watching, it doesn't matter. This is you. This is almost like the way she's holding, it's almost like she's getting ready to pass the torch. So it's like whatever knowledge, this is knowledge, whatever knowledge you have, you need to pass it on to your children. I just had this conversation with my mother about passing on knowledge to your grandchildren, even your adult children. That needs to happen. You know, some of y'all need to talk to your children about your family history and things like that. You never know how that can encourage someone. Some of you all need to ask questions about your family history. There's some things that you don't know that could change your whole perspective about your life and why you've been living the way that you've been living. Getting that as well. Yeah, like sit down, face-to-face, sit-down talks need to happen. Let's get a clarifier for the 10 of Cups. Dang, these cards flipping up quick. Okay, just want y'all to see. You got the 4 of Cups. That's what I'm saying. Something's going to be offered. Look, this is being offered. Something's going it's going to have something to do with your monetary life. Are y'all looking at that? Cups, Pentacles, Pentacles. Hello. So things won't be moving slow much longer as far as finances go. The only time it will not move forward for you as far as your prosperity, as far as your abundance, is if you don't accept it. His arms are crossed, which means he will not accept what's being offered to him. And I feel like for a lot of y'all, because you're like, I've had the idea that things will work out for me, but they didn't work this time. They didn't work this time. They didn't work this time. So why would it work this time? Because this is your time now. Who gives a damn about what happened in the past? It's time for you to move on. You got to get out of that. A lot of people get stuck in that frame of mind like, well, every time I get excited about something, it never works out for me. Every time I'm hopeful, every time, you know, I see something positive, it doesn't happen for me. And then I'm also getting somebody rejecting help. There could be help that's coming to you in Cancer season, but his arms are crossed like, no, I don't want to ask for help. I don't want to accept help. Somebody is fearful, and this is ego that I'm hearing. Somebody's fearful of someone going back and repeating about how they helped this person and things like that, and they don't want people to know that they needed help. Look here, get about that ego, because again, it's going to stunt your growth. It's going to stop you from evolving. It's going to keep you at a standstill. It's going to keep you stuck, sitting in place. A sitting duck, that's exactly. Somebody needs to look up the duck spirit animal. There's messages in there for you as well. 3 of Swords reverse, very interesting, because now we're getting ready to clarify the 3 of Pentacles. Someone's birthday definitely has a 3 in it. The 3rd, 13th, 23rd, 30th, 31st. Someone is a life path number 3. And I did mention the number 37 and the number 30 in our earlier message. Let's go to clarify for that 3 of Pentacles. Dang, I mean, look. Very quickly, these cards are flipping up. I ain't having to do much. You know why? Because Spirit is saying, I'm trying to tell you something. Swords tell you something. And then look behind them. 1, 2, 3 butterflies. For some of you guys, 3 days from now, there's an offer that's coming in. Because you got 3 of Swords in reverse. That's heartbreak, sorrow, sadness, and grief. It's in reverse. Coming out of heavy times within the next 3 days. 3 days, 3 weeks for somebody. I'm not saying 3 months. 3 days, 3 weeks. Because you keep getting these strong associations with 3. Which means it's happening soon. Remember earlier on we got 333, right? So again, you're going to start seeing angel number 333, and I'm going to tell you, look it up. Google angel number 333. Read the message, because there's something significant that you must know. It's something significant that you're going to take out of it that may not be brought up in this reading today. So I want you to notice that you got a king and a queen. Then you got a page. That's a child there. There's a family structure. And they could be it could be a broken family. There could be a divorce going on or something like that, because they're not facing each other. It's not going this way. It's going the opposite direction. There could be a divorce or a separation, even if you're not married, where there's a child or children involved. And it's like, you guys need to sit down, have a face-to-face, and decide how you're going to work together to raise this child, to raise these children, so that even though you're not under the same roof, because also I'm noticing, you know, they're outside, that door is closed, which means, you know, not in unison, not together. You guys need to work that out so that you won't alter their world, okay, with the world card in a negative way. Because when people are trying to figure things out in divorces and separations, a lot of times the children get caught up in the mix. And then, you know, they don't have that family structure where they can teach together in unison. And this is not a knock to anyone, because that's life. Life happens. But they're just saying, like, you need to sit down and work that out. Somebody definitely has poor communication. Because, see, his sword is up, but it's kind of slanted. It's not upright completely. Which means, you know, this person will communicate only as much as they want to. Or only as much as they feel like is necessary. But also, going back to a king and queen, that's taking control, because he is holding a sword like he has control. So like I said, taking control. Kings and queens represent a status. So someone's status is changing in this world with the world card there also. Especially with work. Also, people see your hard work and you're being promoted for a lot of you all. Somebody's getting a promotion here. Definitely getting a promotion. I also get that somebody has a degree and they're not getting paid a fraction of what the hell they're supposed to be getting paid. There's a lot of hard work happening, but not the hard-earned coins. You're not getting the coin that you're supposed to get. That's changing. Also, I'm going back to, I'm seeing the Cobra again striking. They're saying, like, if a position in management or leadership is opening up, strike now. Go ahead, apply. Some of y'all maybe feel like also with this 3, like, okay, I've only been at this job for 3 years, so they won't offer me the job. Yes, they will. Apply. You're going to get it. I'm telling you right now, I don't want you to leave in the comment section when you get it. Let me know, like, all right, my girl, I listen. I heard what Spirit had to say. I got the position. Let's get a clarifier for the world card. Universal energies. Okay. We're going to take the one that failed, but then I say you're going to get it. Didn't I say you're going to get it? Star card, wish, fulfillment, and healing. Everything that you're hoping, wishing for, you're going to get it. It's going to be handed to you. What did I say to y'all? So let's see what this card is. Now, when the card is face down, there's something that's unknown to you about that situation. Oh, you got a couple cards here. Oh, you got... Look how many you got. Look how many you got. Oh, my God. Have mercy, y'all. Okay. This is so crazy, and a good crazy. I said something going to happen 3 days, 3 weeks. You got the Strength card in reverse. You got the Chariot in reverse, and you got the 3 of Pentacles. As far as career, as far as your livelihood, your domestic life, and things like that, if you are fearful, because the opposite of strength is weakness. If you are fearful, you will stop and stunt your own forward movement, and you will not be able to establish the things that you want. That's exactly what you got here. The very last card is the 3. You got 3 cards all together, and they are flipped face down. What they're saying is, what's stopping you is fear. Because see, the Strength card on right, he's courageous. He's fearless. That's what the lion represents. But the lion also represents pride and ego. That's why it's in reverse. Don't let your pride and ego stop you from moving forward to establish the things you want in life. And that is your message. Can't say it any other way. That is your message. The next 3 days, the next 3 weeks, and I'm feeling 3 weeks at the longest. And we can't just say, well, I heard Queen Airbender say, in the next 3 days, 3 weeks, I should get these blessings. No, are you applying yourself? Are you moving towards that goal? Are you fearlessly taking those chances? You have to do that. If there's something that you want, and again, I'm getting something, you know, he or she, they have a contract here. So this could be a lease, a loan, onboarding paperwork. This could be something like that. It's something that is game changing, and it will affect your stability, your financial stability, your domestic life. It's going to affect that, but you have to be fearless. You have to take that chance. You got to take that move. You got to make that move. Because if you just, because it could be in so many ways. In reverse, you're definitely going nowhere. But also, these doggone spinks, they laying down. They not in motion like they moving. They kind of sitting in place here also. So they're saying you can't do that. You got to take a chance. I always look at this also, and it makes me think about the medical field, like a medical symbol. For some of you all, someone may be working in the medical field or leaving, or they're tired of being in the medical field and want to leave, but they're too scared. There's a fear of leaving. Remember, I kept hearing fear. Not fearless, but fear in the beginning. That's fear. This is interesting because it makes me think about the Yellow Brick Road and the Wizard of Oz. And what did the lion, what was he looking for in the Wizard of Oz? A heart. Well, not a heart, but he was courage, right? He was looking for courage because he was fearful. He was scared of everything. The cowardly lion. That's the energy I'm getting. That yellow is definitely making me think about the Yellow Brick Road. Somebody's nickname could be Oz. Somebody's name could be Michael. Somebody's name could be Diana. Somebody's name could be Alice. I don't know why I'm thinking about Alice in Wonderland. I know there's 2 different movies, but I'm thinking about Alice also. Okay, and then when I just heard Wonderland, it's like it's time for you. Wonderland is like completely different than anything in this world. Wonderland was. It was a completely different land that nobody knew about. For some of you all, the fear is like going into a different environment that is completely unfamiliar to you. And that's what's keeping somebody stuck. Get out of here. I'm gonna repeat this and we're gonna wrap this up. Use visualization tools. See in your mind's eye what it is that you want to manifest. Okay? Take uncomfortable chances. Take uncomfortable chances. Strike now and accept the help. Can't be in this energy. Accept it. Accept that cup. And for a lot of y'all, like I said, it's going to happen in Cancerian season. Okay? So thank you guys so very much for watching Queen Airbender Tarot. As always, I'm going to ask that you like, share, subscribe. Don't forget, this kind of reading sale wraps up midnight Central Standard Time. And until next time, take care and be well. Bye.